Okay, so we're gonna have a play with our pancakes today. So when you're ready, go ahead and extend your legs. Okay, take them out wide. And then see that your feet are flexed. So draw your toes in towards your face. Okay, from there, give just a gentle activation of your thighs. Okay, root your knees down into the floor beneath you. Take your hands forwards. Okay, now if you're really tight in your body and this is super uncomfortable, I'm going to invite you to elevate your pelvis. So if you have blocks at home or a second mat you could roll up, place that underneath your pelvis. That should give you a bit more freedom in your low back. Okay, and then from here we'll find some dynamism and movement. So just begin to create any little rotation that you can from the root of your pelvis, the base of your spine. And you can find these two opposing actions in the pelvis. So anterior tilt, releasing pubic bone towards the floor. Okay, posterior tilt as you draw the pubic bone up towards the face. Beautiful. And then you can have a play and allow these to become circular motions. And if you don't feel like there's a lot of physical motion today, that's okay, visualize it. Okay, let your breath support the opening here as you start to move the opposite direction. Find some symmetry for your body. Okay, again, movement from the pelvis, but allow your shoulders to become engaged. Let your gaze soften. Keep a gentle activation of your legs. Okay, engaging your quads, rooting your knees, flexing your feet. Another full rotation in whichever direction you're going. Okay, and then go ahead and pause. Okay, so in your pancake, think about now drawing your heels in towards the pelvis. Okay, feel the engagement of your inner thighs when you do that. And then root down into your hands, elevate your chest, see if you can move your shoulders back so they're in line with the pelvis. Okay, keep that patterning of your body. One more cycle of breath here. And then from here, take your hands to your waist. Okay, we'll play with our active pancake. So when you're ready, big inhale. And then from here, as you exhale, keeping the actions, the legs super engaged, begin to fold forward as far as you can while maintaining strength in the legs. Okay, your pinky toes are moving towards the outer edges and then come all the way back up. Okay, let's take 2 more repetitions of that. So we're all moving at different levels here based on the strength of your adductors and the glutes, which are engaging to support this. Okay, rise up and take 1 more on your rhythm with your body. Come all the way up.
So what the pancake stretch or the straddle stretch is clearly showing here with 2 different body types of Lauren and Rui is here we have the classic kind of type 1 muscle fiber, which is slow twitch. And on Rui's body, it's the classic type 2 muscle fiber, which is fast twitch. So this is a body that's very trained. It has a lot of elasticity in the muscle fiber, has a lot of strength, a lot of power to move. But from this, they do lack that kind of range of motion that you get in mobility. Whereas in Lauren's body, it's more the type 1, which is like that slow stability, but then she will have greater ranges of passive flexibility, but she won't have kind of like a little bit of lacking of muscle integrity where she has that strength, the elasticity in the muscle to be able to have that kind of fast fire twitch of the muscle. So then we have this kind of passive range against quite a stiffer, stronger range. So there should be kind of meeting in the middle of these 2 bodies will be a balance of the fast twitch and slow twitch, passive flexibility to strength. And when that comes into the middle, we get a nice balance of mobility, which is more our active range of motion. So for Lauren to stabilize her glutes, her adductors and quads, I would probably highly recommend doing some weighted training, some weighted stretching, which would probably also help for Rui's body, be weighted, but for Rui it would actually give mobility, and for Lauren it would give stability. So when you use weights in flexibility, mobility, you start to get reciprocal inhibition, which is that neuromuscular feedback into the muscle. So the muscle gets trained very differently to open and stays open. I would say I would rather have what he has than what she has.
Why?
Because functionally speaking,
More protection of your joints.
this is a higher protection of your joints. Lauren has a lower density of collagen, a lower density of elastin in the connective tissue, so she has the ability to be really flexible, but that can lead to losing the elasticity in the muscle and creating a hyperflaccid joint. So sometimes they say that the stiff body is blessed. Yeah, ideally, if you live in a sedentary space of your life and you're not exercising and you're stiff, that's completely different to if you're training a certain way and you don't have massive ranges of passive flexibility. You know, having big ranges of passive flexibility is not always a benefit. We want a healthy range of flexibility.
And for years, I actually didn't feel any stretch sensation. Like I could be in pigeon or pancake, just literally hanging out, and I wouldn't feel anything. Like now I'm cultivating. No, I mean, you should have like a healthy tension, he's saying, to protect the joints and to feel the muscle fibers stretching, but
yeah,
just
so then
the
we're
right
working
amount.
like with the kinetic chain, and again, the kinetic chain is kind of all the muscle groupings working together in balance. If the adductors are weak and you've got strong quads and no glutes, you're going to probably go forwards in a passive pancake, but nothing's happening integrally. Yeah? So there's not much muscle feedback. So that is then when I would encourage using weights to open the adductors, to strengthen the adductors, and using active forms of stretching as opposed to passive.
Weights where?
You could do weights here. You could put weights on your feet and be here. So that'd be a weighted straddle stretch here. So you're putting weights on your feet.
Ankle weights.
Ankle weights? No, even maybe like 5-10 kilo weights. So then what you're doing as the weight is pulling you down, you're pushing against the weight, and then what that does is it fires up the agonist, which releases the antagonist, so that creates integrity and strength through the stretch.
And then for me, I would use the weights, but then I would try and lift up to strengthen.
Exactly, so for
adductors.
Lauren, what she would be doing is she wouldn't go into her full passive range, she'd come down halfway to try and train the muscle to get it nice and strong to strengthen the fiber of the muscle. So she wouldn't actually lose her passive range of flexibility, but she would stabilize the joint and balance out the kinetic chain, which in the future, if your kinetic chain is in balance, that then leads to more asymmetries, compensations, which is then coming into injury.